Hey, welcome ye lords and ladies to another episode of... I won't be keeping up this voice for the entire stream. That may be the plan. So yeah, I'm gonna drop it now. One more lords and ladies, talk about speaking about the Gacha review, and I'm here to rectify a mistake that I made yesterday because I promised Treat Pop that I would review this episode yesterday and forgot, and actually was scrounging around for a while trying to hoping that Aiden would come in and remind me of what recommendation he offered, being the girl nor boys school one that we watched yesterday. And then Tree Pop came in and reminded me of the stream. Oh yeah, I was waiting for this thing to happen today. I was like, oh no, that was I was waiting for so long, it's completely slipped my mind. So yeah, here we are now to talk about Pirate Adventure Part 1 of Treat Pop's Adventures. Interesting that we've got a new Tree Pop series anyway, considering that the last one hasn't concluded quite yet, but also because that one's been in, production limbo for some time, so that makes somewhat of sense. But also, I'm guessing that Trust Pop is no longer, or Izzy Pop is no longer getting the same double billing as Treat Pop herself. Not sure what that's, what it is due to, and I don't care to speculate right now. Let's see what if this new series ends up starting off with a better and less confusing note than the previous one. That's we can only dream, am I right? But no, we'll give it a fair shot, obviously, especially because I forgot to do it yesterday. So without further ado, on with the review. Let's set sail, yes. Oh wow, okay, now she's been running into the third billing. Jeez, yeah, I don't know what Isla did to you, but clearly there's something going on. I'm kidding. Okay, just because this reminds me of the Powerpuff Girls, I have to mention a little bit of a story that happened today. I was having one of my conversations with the welding class, because I do like a session with like 3 of them at once. And during that time, they were one of them is, I believe, Venezuelan, and the other 2 are Galician, and so they were comparing, different names of TV shows, actually, whether it gets like, say what this thing is, or versus, and there was the same thing. What's the other one? Trying to get like a different title. The only one that got a different title actually was the Powerpuff Girls, and that one apparently in Venezuela is called Las Chicas Superpoderosas, which translates to the super powerful girls, versus Las Supernenas over here, which just means the super chicks. Which, and my controversial take was that the Venezuelan title was better, and that didn't seem to go down too well with the people trying to look to ridicule the Venezuelan guy. So it was a 2v2, and the results were inconclusive, but there you go. What do you think is a better translation? Super powerful girls or the super chicks? Anyway. Hi sis, what you doing? Well, Eli invited me to go adventure. And we're going to have such a blast. What's your adventure today then? I was gonna say, yeah, already we've got an apostrophe for the S there. We've got no capitalization or question mark. So we've got some punctuation here, but not entirely. Also saying you recorded this pose from GC because obviously this is GL2. You can tell by the eyes, of course. And also this isn't as eye bleeding as usual, especially Treat Pop's outfit not being as bright as per usual. So I'm all of the advice has been taken on board. Well, not all the advice, but some of it. Yeah, let's create this pose to impress everyone. I mean, that would be impressive if it weren't for the fact that a bunch of people have already made all the GC poses available. And I for one have a Google Doc that I found from a YouTube video that actually has all of the poses already recreated. And granted, some of them need a little bit of adjustment based on like the limbs and stuff like that. But you know, in general, they seem to be that they're pretty spot on. So unfortunately, people have already done that heavy lifting for you. I hate to say. It's involved some pirates where they go, yo ho ho. It's involved some pirates where they go, yo ho ho. Kenobi thought about the cars and she wanted it darker. Well, Kenobi's not the only one who said that, but she has been the most vocal about it. At least as of recently, I think. Okay, she's not alone. That kind of thing. I mean, pirates go pretty much anywhere on the sea. That's kind of the point of them, that they don't, you know, respond to, you know, maritime restrictions and, you know, all of that fun and jazz. So, basically, like, yeah, like 2/3 of the world is, you know, their oyster. Or, in theory, of course. Anyway, yeah, moving on. Let's go, Tamsin. Let's cast out some demons. There it is. There it is. Okay, so I mentioned in the description that I thought that that cast out was going to be referenced in this video, and granted, yeah, it was a pretty obvious prediction, but it turns out that I knew that I was right to some degree, because if I can actually get the thing up here, it's not here. I thought I saved it somewhere. Oh, it's saved in the Weather Pops folder because everything's going in there for some reason. I have it automatically saved into here. Yeah, here's the image. Okay, yeah, so I didn't notice that in the description it does in fact say that the song in this video is in fact cast out, so more than once. Yeah. The only quoted music, by the way, the rest of it hasn't been highlighted. But yeah, Streetball was very excited for adventure, but things turns out to be great adventure for her. So typical grammatical treat pop description there, but okay, yeah. Use the song 3 times. You're all casted out. Yeah, I can imagine you're all casted out. At this stage, like, I adore that song. It's my favorite one out of the entire roster that Eli's ever done. However, there is an upper limit. Oh, there it. Okay, immediately. Again, it is catchy, but geez. All right, first one. Throw them overboard, walk the plank, and then drown in the sea. And now let's see if we can use. Oh, it does? Okay, fair enough. They'll argue their reasons, but they're all absurd. It's just garble and nonsense to me. Anyway, I'm not playing with the music because I know it's going to be out of time. Yeah. This negative burden has held on too long, and it's tiring to carry the weights. But I will say it is well timed, so yeah. So stop all this mutiny, blow the man down, and the righteous they will take the crown. Sometimes the Gacha chat bubbles can be your worst enemy. Oh my god, how do you know that song? It's almost like I've made multiple covers of it on my own channel. She showed me the lyrics. Yeah, but showing the song the lyrics and learning the rhythm and how to perform it is a different thing altogether. Also, why are her eyes flashing red right now? The cast out apotheosis has begun. You too shall sing and cast out your demons. Or not. Okay, I guess we're just never going to address that again. Why was that in? That feels like it's important. That feels like foreshadowing. Yeah, someone tells me that Eli's got some demons to cast out, I think. Alright then, shall we go? I shouldn't have done this. Why? Regret. This video came out 2 days ago, by the way. Already regret. Yes, totally. Let me get my stuff then. Okay, there we go. Alright, that I was about to say, yeah, there's definitely foreshadowing. And now to deal with you. Why did I make Jacob sing? The true regret. My rendition. Can we talk about this okay? I don't know what you were doing right, but... I think I was meant to say right now, but... But what? But don't worry, I will be taking care of Treat Pop for you. I shall usurp your place of second billing, and I shall become the sidekick in this new adventure. I've already stricken your name from the title. It was part of my master plan, all according to Keikaku. Okay, people can't see that because it's difficult to notice, but there was sparkles around the Izzy Pop's pop ring, or well, not. I guess. Oh no, she's not in pop mode right now. I keep forgetting their pop mode is still the exact same color scheme as them. Not a very subtle disguise. There. Now you'll be able to transform. Oh, it's like the gem from the Owl House that Ida has when her curse is activated. At the dockyard. Oh, this is some good music. Never heard this track before. I like this. Also, yeah, this is. By the way, this is one of the existing backgrounds in Gacha Life 2. So I'm guessing this was, you know, obviously this was not going to feature too many custom backgrounds, at least not at the moment. Gosh, where is she? At this point, I would have teleported back to see what was going on. Yeah, it was gone to the to nighttime. Oh, and also I'm guessing that's why you chose this one, so you could have the day-night cycle. I did the same thing in Musical, like Bingo. Everyone mentions their series in the VC. I mentioned this in Musical Season 1. I actually did that with the beach background, the one that has like a day and a night, and that's why I used that for episode 6. Yeah. Yeah, there's music. Oh, okay. I guess you're I guess you're catching on to my musical tastes, I suppose. Sorry, mate, you take care of something for multiple hours, apparently, but it's okay now. Why did it take that long? I mean, maybe there was like a whole fight sequence or something, possibly. And if so, I would have liked to have seen that. Quite honestly, that'd be like an amazing like opening for the episode, really. Alrighty, let's go. Add to the boat. By the way, if they're at the dockyard right now, the boat should probably be visible, as the dockyard is gigantic, which doesn't seem to be. It's incredible, but we are missing one thing. Okay, it's a pirate adventure. Of course they'd have eye patches. I get it. Alright. This calls for a cast out music. No, it doesn't! We just got done with that song. It does not call for a cast out music video. Admittedly, next time I'm on a boat, I might actually belt that out somewhere, but, you know. We already jumped the gun on this, unfortunately. But okay, here we go. I guess we're gonna play the actual song now. Alright, here we go. Yep, here it is. Okay. Sweet cheese. You know what was the best part about this is that, you know how like the Super Pops, you know, started off with having usually like, you know, what like ideally like a song per episode, you know, give or take, you know, parts 1, 2, and 3, but one original song per episode. and that was like the main idea behind that. So they had like their own pop songs and numbers. And meanwhile, Eli did precisely that with ballet pops, and also jazz pops, but mainly ballet pops. And yet the purpose is somewhat defeated by everyone reusing the songs the same songs that came from like before. It's sort of I mean it's kind of like how to reference Quest of the Rising Sun for a second, or Quest of the Breathing, well, yeah, Quest of the Rising Sun, it was still season 1. There was at one point, I wasn't expecting like a combat encounter to happen. I didn't have a song prepared for Nathaniel. Someone suggested, oh, you could just sing like an existing song. It's like, well, that defeats the purpose of how I'm playing the character, right? Like, it kind of betrays the essence in a way. The spoof version that Bond did with like Addiction, the one that I featured in, that was somewhat of an exception because some of the lyrics were changed. Like I've said, my favorite part of Bond covers or Bond renditions is the fact that the lyrics are changed, you know, to make the meter work better and have a bit more of like a rhyme to them, basically, or at least like a more consistent rhyme than some of the original versions. So yeah, that gets some leeway with me, but yeah, when it comes to this stuff, obviously, I guess considering that I plan to make parody pop sometime in the future, I'm one to talk right now, but yeah, without that genre of music, it does feel like something is missing. It's Addiction because all the requests because I can't write songs because I had a bunch of stuff for Addiction anyway. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. If there's ever you decide to do a part 2 again, you know, obviously that's been thrown around a lot at this point, then I would 100% be prepared to write an original song for it. But yeah, I can't make tunes for Jack. Well, yeah, I can't make tunes either. You've seen the intros for, you know, Quest for Sun and Breathing Moon. That's basically as far as I can go with BandLab at the moment, or at least with the instruments that Nathaniel had access to. Maybe if I tried expanding a little bit, I want to get better at that. But yeah, you did great on it. Darn right, I did good. I mean, you've downgraded yourself from great to good, but yeah, there you go. Okay. Hello. Yes. Hello to Josh. Welcome aboard. Anyway, let's get back to this version, which I'm curious whether or not it's going to be a combination of Eli's version and then Treat Pop's vocals like added in the middle and possibly edited together. Which, if this were run by me, I would have definitely been able to edit that, by the way. But yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen or not. What are we going to do for making an OG song? Well, I mean, if the time should ever arise, then I'm sure that we can work some things, because in the Super Pops, like, it's usually somewhat relevant to what has just happened in the episode, so it would be dictated by whatever the story is, basically. So I can't really say one or the other. Yeah. Anyway.
Like a hurricane.
Of course, Eli begins. Yeah. Oh, okay, all right. We've got a little bit of choreography in this. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention again another point that I like about the Bond covers is that sometimes there's like the meter also changes, because yeah, like the way that it flows in the other I prefer a lot more. Anyway. I meant more with tune making. Well, yeah, I aim to keep practicing with that, and also not to limit myself based on the instruments that the Bard character in the particular series I'm making music for has access to, which was one of my challenges that I had. But yeah, I will delve into that. Well, I mean, see, the thing is that there's the method that I've used with Aiden up until this point is that, you know, Aiden tends to find like no copyrights songs, or, you know, songs that have no copyright into them are part of the NCS set, and that's where we go from there. So potentially we could do one of those. That's the safer and probably more effective option, at least with my current skill set. Yeah, did a bit of choreo. Yeah, nice. And some mirror reflections too. Like that background is like edited into. Well, I believe it's edited in because of or maybe not. Maybe it's a. Oh wait, no, yeah, it could be. Oh wait. No. It's this is part of like a mirror reflection. I can see that the ponytail's been like cropped off, but not like with masking. It's been cropped off by like just like cutting the image. So that's why it's all in like one straight line that will not move, and it's not entirely aligned with the mirror, which is slightly tilted. That's one of those unfortunate things that you run into sometimes with this kind of thing. That's why masking is such a blessing. But yeah, I had to pick between part 2 of Animated Jacob Icos and part 2 of if Bon and Jacob were in a Pops group. Which would you choose? I had to pick one rather than doing both. Well, I mean, if only one is going to ever happen, you know, in the history of ever, then I would pick I would pick the part 2 personally. That felt much more grandiose, as in definitely in higher demand, I think, in general. At this point, I've added like a little bit of thing where like the mirror does something a bit different, but I do understand that it is literally a reflection of the other character. So you know, part 2 of what they'd be both part 2s. Well, I know they'd both be part 2s, but you said that if I had to pick between one or the other, you said you'd rather pick one rather than doing both. That kind of implies that one of them's never going to happen. So if one's never going to happen, then I prefer the one that never happens to be the Animated Jacob Butter clips, because the other one is in higher demand. That's what I mean. If I sung different lyrics, oh sorry. If what do you mean? Do you say? I mean, if I had sung different lyrics, what do you like? That's not a full. Is that a response to something? Your last comment was this. I don't know. Also, yeah, there'd be a part 2. By the way, what Troop was saying now is that this is part 1 of Pirate's Adventure, as implied by the title. I don't think she's quite grasping the fact that Bon and I are talking about something else. Anyway. That's why it's time to come and steer my ship. My thoughts inside my tree. Honestly, I thought we were going to have like a box of like the labeled thoughts or something that was going to sail across rather than them themselves, but that works too. There we go. There it is. Okay, so it is a combination. Fantastic. And of course, like I said here, high demand. Yeah. Some variation like MLB or something. Oh, if you're going to do a variation of MLB, then oh yeah, that's 100% I got some ideas for that. Juste un claque des doigts. Anyway. We're at work right now, but it's super quiet. Well, you arrived just in time for your biggest contribution to this video, I guess, other than obviously your character being here. Yeah. Okay, I feel like Treepop said berserd there rather than absurd. That should have been re-edited. But yeah. Let's discuss it after stream or something. Well, yeah. Well, if you're talking about the song itself, then yeah, that's Oh, sorry, you mentioned my ideas. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Many thoughts grouping in my brain, I suppose. Just take the KW advice and do some vocal warm ups. Yeah, that's also true. I wonder actually how they're both going to deal with the the open vowel sounds. You know, your advice you gave to Cope as well was about sometimes not saying the actual vowel sound, but saying the ones like the more open version. You know, access that vocal cave. We'll see how that's dealt with. Okay, again, mutanty. I heard that. The vocal cave. There's context. Sirens are a classic. Sirens are a classic. Yeah, people might not actually know this, but in 2020 I had a plan to make an original Gacha musical called Siren Story. Never came to be in Gacha form, but when it was time to do my end of year performance of or like a bit of year like festival thing for the university, I adapted it into a stage version. So there is technically a completed version with like, you know, limited characters because of the actor set, and then also a lot of the stuff being cut out because we didn't have time to arrange for rehearsals when I had work, and it was also COVID times. So yeah, there's an abridged version out there for the stage, but I had grander plans for the idea because I love mermaids and sirens, and I have mentioned that on multiple occasions. But yeah, do we walk the plank and then drown in the sea? Yeah, exactly. That kind of thing. Nonsense to May. Yeah, it's gonna be May. Yeah, only in that song do you notice it. In most other situations, people just like people will auto-correct it in their heads, especially if they have the lyrics in front of them. That's, you know. Or do arpeggios. Yeah, that's also a classic. Yeah, but you gotta catch the bus. Fair enough. Okay, I'm catching on to something with this. That the reason this is like edited together in the way that it is, I think, is because not because like it's been like spliced together, because I guess like with no experience, it's kind of very hard to do that. Again, it's one of the things that there's things that I've learned to do, but yeah, for somebody with Treat Pop's experience with music production, probably would not be as viable because we'd get like, you know, random like chops and stuff. Similar to Glamwit Academy, actually, where there was a similar issue that they ran into for you know, the day you slipped away, whatever that song was. I forget what the actual name was. But yeah, in this context, I'm guessing what Tree Pop has done instead is added herself into the chorus lines, and instead given Eli all of the solo performances, so that she wouldn't have to like edit out what was the existing track and just add herself on top of the other parts. Which, you know, is a fair idea. If I were doing that to myself, I would also add like a harmony potentially if there was a possibility of that one. But yeah. What? Jacob likes mermaids? Never would have guessed that in a million years. Yeah, I have never mentioned this before, ever. By the way, one thing that's one thing that took me by surprise was the fact that when Ghosty and I were discussing Orin High School Host Club at one point, and I said that and obviously that's one thing that came out like a long time ago. I never watched it like as a child. I said like child me would definitely have not been into this, and then Ghosty was like, oh yeah, your child you probably been like, oh yeah, that's girl stuff, ew. To which I said like, who do you take me for? When have I ever said that in the history of my entire life? Some of my favorite shows growing up included Winx Club and Mermaid Melody and the first Pretty Cure. What do you mean? Get out of here with that. But yeah, Mermaid Melody especially, and again, I will maintain that is one of the best animes ever. Maybe I might do mermaids next. Well, I mean, if you're still working on the story for part 2, then you could, in theory, include them with a pirate adventure. But if it's already like written out, then possibly not. Then again, I know that you don't like to do scripts unless you're sending people voice acted lines with no context. So. I doubt it is written out, but you know, on the off chance. Got to go now. Okay, fair enough. Thanks for stopping by, and thank you, Vin, for sneaking in, I suppose.
How am I messed up?
I don't know if I mentioned this before as well, but at one point, Shmo Yoho made a song called "Meet Me in the Middle," and Michael Gregory actually said that he loved the fact that a song could end on the line "dumb." That was one of the great things for him. So, but yeah, this one doesn't end in "dumb," but it has a rhyme with it, which is nice.
what I've become.
Watch the actual cast members video with me in it, and you might tell the difference to my volcano. That's a volcano? There's the difference. I couldn't tell it was a volcano.
I've lost sight of him.
Who's the him in this context? Did I forget the lore there? Because I don't recognize that character.
Take heart, he's overcome my war.
Oh god, Eli's shoulders has been cropped off. Like, to the dislocation. Unfortunate. I would have like, but by the way, to account for that, I would have like moved like the shoulders basically like outwards a little bit instead of like having the arms be constricted because I still wanted to make the heart shape. But yeah, oh, vocals, okay. You tell the difference to your vocal. Yeah, okay, yes. So I know that you have like an actual cover of this because you use the instrumental for that. Yeah. It is like a different skill together to like put those to put like the two versions together and have it not seem like it's been like chopped out. Who knows? I might play around with that at some point and just send that to you. You know, want to have another cast out version sometime in the future.
My shield and fortress on him I shall hold. So cast out demons and clever.
Also, yeah, a clear giveaway. This is part of the actual the song is the fact that we have like the backing vocals as well, which again, another nice chance to have like a harmony on top of that.
What the plague, they're drowning in the sea. There are reasons, but they're all absurd, and they're garble and nonsense.
And their garble and nonsense as well. Yeah, not sure if you entirely read the lyrics to this or just like you went, okay, I'll read this and then I'll commit that to memory. Honestly, I can understand either one. I know that KW actually favors the method of learning the lyrics to the song and then like performing it that way, not having the lyrics in front of her. I treat these things like voice acting some of the time, especially because a lot of the songs that I record, I've usually written fairly recently or just finished at that particular point. Like, okay, right, time to record. So I treat it like voice acting, and I read it off, and then as I'm editing it, that's when I learn the lyrics after I've already finished the performance. Ultimately, the end result is the same. It just like shows like one method of thinking about this rather than like another. I suppose the advantage of doing it this way would be that you can actually, you don't have to worry about like looking down at a monitor. You can actually like make use of your resonance areas, I suppose. Maybe focus more on the performance if you have that already committed. I don't know, something like that. I didn't say there'll be a volcano explosive. No, did not. But now I'm expecting one. Okay, I can also see somebody singing in the background here. I know this is like also a fake or possessed Eli, so this could be the real Eli coming through right now. Normally when pops perform, their song reverses whatever like enchantment or, you know, curse or whatever has afflicted them. So I'm wondering about this, whether or not this is going to be a case of the the fake Eli doing a bit of a self-report here and essentially kind of destroying her own thing, but I don't know.
And it's tiring to carry the weight.
Yeah, send me whatever you just said. I didn't hear what you said, but please do. Yeah, I don't know what that's in context to. Again, the chat is delayed, so I don't know what I say from one point to another, especially if there's no guests here to buffer me.
So stop the music, throw the man down, and the righteous will take the crown.
There you go. You have the solo choreography here rather than the solo vocals. Okay. Oh, the step there, like da 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 da. Okay, I don't know how to describe that. The triple hop, very nice. Now we have the opposite, I think. No, okay, that's a tree pop original. Fair enough. I just realized as well, another thing that Bon and I could do is he team up with Eli for a music number, actually. That'd probably be like a you know, quite the collaboration, actually. And off they go on their pirate ship.
Shiver me timbers.
Indeed, it does put you in the spirit ultimately. By the way, that's 2 references of cast out. I wonder what the third one's going to be. Also, yeah, I forgot to mention, yeah, it was nighttime. Then they set off. It was during the day when they were still on their adventure. And now it's nighttime again. So I guess they've just been out for, you know, like 24 hours or something. Jeez, I'm so tired. I forgot this wasn't voice acted for a second. Also, very interesting that the captions for the voice acting were where you know like you know edited captions, but then you go back into this and you have the speech bubbles. Like you can do one or the other. Like that's, but I'm surprised as to why. I don't really get why the difference actually. Look at this lovely view, and we've been sailing for hours, 24 of them in fact. Yeah, but I don't think so, pirate girl. Also, like the detail of like Trooper having like bags under her eye, I guess, the visible eye, because again, you've been sailing for hours. You're pretty tired at this point. So good night. Again, I do adore the sound effects that Tree Pop actually includes in this. Honestly, like even like the background of like the sea as well. As far as audio production goes, Treat Pop is a very strong contender. But yeah, it's usually everything else that ends up derailing things. But not so much this video, actually. That was easy. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a to be continued. Yeah, see, potentially, like, the idea there of, like, you know, teaming up with sirens or something. Maybe she wakes up on the boat and then has to deal with, you know, being, like, marooned, but then the sirens sort of, like, lure her in with their greatest desire or something like that. I don't know. That's, potentially. Is there anything else, after here? Oh, there's the third reference. Okay, so the third reference is the song being, in the outro. Okay. Alright, then. Also, I guess that's why the end screen goes on for quite some time, I think. Fun fact about YouTube is that if you have an end screen on that's longer than 20 seconds, you can't actually show the edited stuff. Any of the, like, the overlays, like the links, it doesn't appear. And that's... And I only say that because yeah, like, the idea was, like, having all of the instrumental in here, which I used to do myself back in the day, but that was, you know, actively harming me, so I stopped. Then again, I don't do many end screens nowadays anyway. It's sort of like a almost discontinued practice as far as, like, viewer retention goes on YouTube. But yeah. Aside from that, that's, you know, minor YouTube details. What about the video itself? Well, I really enjoyed this one. I mean, it wasn't as eye bleeding as previous Treat Pop stuff. It wasn't super crazy. Then again, not too much happened yet because it is only part 1. I guess we got the reveal of who the fake Eli was this whole time. I potentially would have saved the cast out music video for maybe a little bit later. Maybe like have like one pirate shenanigan that happens during this adventure before you get to that, because it feels like a very early payoff to something. But ultimately, yeah, not a huge, not a major issue. And of course, that audio production, great. Music choice, also great. Yeah, I think this might be my favorite Treat Pop video to date, actually. So yeah, my concerns and reservations about whether or not it was a good idea to start a new adventure series that wasn't Treat Pop and Trust Pop. Yeah, I'm actually really on board with this one. I be on board with this one. Let us sail away. Yeah, I don't know, something like that. So yeah, And yeah, you're welcome, Drew Bob. I'll watch the VOD. Yeah, I mean, I missed the episode. Yeah, that's true. Foxy came in right at the end. Normally by this point we'd still be continuing, but yeah, I guess there wasn't so much to say with this one. Normally there isn't so much to say with Tree Pop episodes because a lot of times the madness of them speaks for itself. But no, this time actually. Also, we had foreshadowing as well with the glowing eyes and everything. Even though it was immediately paid off, but you know, it was still foreshadowing nonetheless. I am curious why the pop song didn't reverse anything. Maybe it's because they were also performing together. Maybe that kind of cancels it out. That's one thing with like Mermaid Melody actually, where the same like dynamic happens, where you know they tend to solve the issues. They defeat the enemies through the power of song, because mermaids, obviously. But yeah, we never got to see any of the heroes and villains ever performing together. Mechanically, I can see why, but I guess now I realize that's a bit of a missed opportunity as far as that series mechanic goes. But anyway, do you have time to chat after stream, which we're talking all the time? Well, considering that it's not even midnight yet, I actually do have time to chat about stuff. If you just like jump straight into that idea, I was more posed that like hypothetical in the future. I wasn't sure if you wanted to like work on that even at all, because I know you've said like, you know, you don't do requests, or you know, the pressure to do a part 2 was you know, immediately after the first one was not what you were looking for. I was just posed a hypothetical, but if you want to talk about it, yeah, 100%, I can discuss some things while I make dinner. Oh, that's what I want to discuss as well. Okay, fair enough then. In that case, yeah, I will sign off and talk to you right now. So yeah, go ahead and to everyone else, yeah, check out this video. I'll be and before you do that, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And on that note, until next time, farewell.